Good evening, ECFL. Tonight you have me, Zio, and Billiam in the booth. Tonight I'm covering for Kane so he can get here, and we have a game tonight between East Carolina and Fresno State at Fresno.
Really excited to get into this game.
Any takeaways before we get going that you feel about the game?
I mean, Fresno State last week, they just put on one hell of a performance. I mean, between Dan Norris and Braxton McFadden, I mean, those two guys were just lighting up any possible moment they could.
Absolutely, as Dan Norris was our Week 1 Offensive Player of the Week. As they come out in an I set, and they're going to keep it, and that is a 5-yard gain on the play.
Kind of a little bit of a indecision there.
Yeah,
maybe could have got more yards out of that play, but very good pickup.
Yeah, you could just see Krista Matz, not necessarily the best runner, but she made the best she could out of that play. All right, they're going to come out in a pistol set here. Bring the fullback in motion, and a quick check down to Hex Waters there. 1-yard pickup.
That was a nicely designed play, but I mean, the coverage just a little bit too much. Limited it to just 1 yard.
Yep. Come out in the shotgun here, 4 wide. All the time in the world. And they are going to be sacked by Slug Stern for a loss of, I believe, 8 or 9 there.
Slug Stern just absolutely bodied Krista right there. I mean, Slug was ripping it up against us against Arkansas last week. I mean, he is one scary man.
Yes, he is. With the punt here, and it is going to go. Wow, that was a nice punt, actually. That was a punt of about 70-ish yards. No, 60 yards. I believe about a 12-yard return. No, that was a long 20-yard return.
Just booming these things.
In the I form, they are going to throw a quick check down to Quinn James there from Dan Norris. Gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, it's kind of the Fresno State I'm expecting to see tonight. Just spreading the ball around and just getting huge chunk plays.
I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what to expect from them tonight. That was a nice keeper there for Dan Norris for a pickup of 9 yards on the ground. If Fresno plays half the way they played last week, this could just be another Dan Norris show tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, he's looking to start strong.
And he goes down for a loss of 8. Bentley Ryan in with a sack there.
Maybe I spoke too soon there.
I think that might be one of the big key difference makers we see tonight between the Arkansas game is if Eastern Carolina can just keep the pressure on them. I mean, even though that was a much higher scoring game than what I'd project this one to be.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
That was a nice check down for 6 yards to... I don't know how we're actually supposed to pronounce this. Dog in them? Oh, yeah, this is Dog in them. I can definitely tell the way now I say it out loud. Yes, sir. I mean, so far, what are you seeing, anything here that you can take away so far, Bill?
I mean, it looks like East Carolina is getting some pretty decent pressure on a Dan Norris. I mean, he looks a little bit rattled so far.
And right there was an interception by number 29. I want to say, is that that is... that's not just in case, and I don't believe that's Mr. Sandman. Let me pull up the team sheet real quick. Maybe I can find it on there. The nice run there. Ooh, this is a big run here. Ooh. To the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ronjolon. 70-yard touchdown run. And just like that, converting off of the pick, 6 points for Eastern Carolina. That was the kind of big play they needed.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just 2 steps, he was gone. Just a mean stiff arm and just nothing but green grass ahead of him.
number 29. That was a walk-on that made the pick. I do not have a name for them, but that was a hell of a play.
I mean, it even goes back to like what I was saying. Like East Carolina was getting decent pressure on Dan Norris. I mean,
yeah, I mean that could be the difference maker. And I mean, Arkansas is not a roster you can laugh at. I mean, I don't know. Eastern Carolina just seems to be having the momentum early in this game, and that could be the difference maker between the two. I'm excited to see how this game continues to play out. So they come out in the pistol, 3 wide. Dan Norris on the play action, and he is going to throw it in incomplete.
Just didn't see any options he likes. I mean, they're really trying to limit him tonight. I mean, maybe they've just studied last week's game.
Yeah, Eastern Carolina had to have studied well, and they are going to come out 5 wide here. And Dan Norris is just going to check it down. He's lucky to get that one off and intercepted up for a second time tonight. Nice pickup by Aki Hernandez for 4 yards.
And I mean, that's another thing in that Arkansas game. I mean, he was throwing passes into tight windows, but I mean, it looks like East Carolina's almost getting the jump on it.
Yeah, Duke Smith has had nice tight coverage the past 2 plays here. They're going to come out in what looks like a wishbone-esque set here. And a play action rollout here by Dan Norris. Picked up for 6 yards for the first down.
It's like this offense is just trying to reset, recollect, get their head together. I mean, when they operate efficiently.
Yep, they're going to come out 4 wide, and they are going to just throw it away here, get it out to number 15, Aki Hernandez, for 6 yards. I mean, that was a nice play there, though, despite how they played out there. They were able to pick up the pressure and just make a nice, safe check down there.
Aki Hernandez showing off his vertical leap ability here.
I mean, that's a nice check down here to number 1. They're going to 45-30, 35-30, down to, I believe, the 26-yard for dogging them. I mean, if they can continue to make plays like that where he's able to just break tackles, that will be how they're going to keep on and get the momentum back on their side in this game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, once Dan Norris gets outside the pocket, I mean, he's very dangerous because, I mean, he can both huck it and he can take off. Like, you don't know what to expect with him.
Again, coming out in the 3 wide, and first handoff for the game to Braxton McFadden, and that was a run of 9 yards.
And Braxton McFadden, I mean, last week, his rushing stats were impeccable. I mean, he started a game off with like a 60-yarder, I believe.
Something like that. I don't quite recall everything that happened last game. And that was a nice pickup there for 2 yards for Braxton McFadden for the first down. So they're going to come out 4 wide out of the shotgun here. And they are going to just hand it off to Braxton McFadden for a 2-yard loss.
This ECU D line's really showing that they're not one to be messed with.
Yeah,
they're able to get off these blocks really easily and get back there.
Absolutely. They're going to have to play a strong game tonight. So you're going to see another one of these pistol-esque sets and getting a nice handoff there to Braxton McFadden for 6 yards. Though this is 3rd and manageable, but not exactly where you'd want to be here, down close to the end zone.
Absolutely not, but I mean, it kind of keeps it open. Like, as a defense, you have to really be on your toes.
Absolutely. As they're going to, Dan Norris going to keep it, and he is going to run it in for the touchdown. One heck of a response there for Fresno State, just to drive the field all the way down the field.
They just rolled the red carpet out to the right side for him. I mean, he could have gone 20 more yards and probably been untouched.
Yeah, that was just a nice performance blocking there for the offensive line. They're going to kick off, and we are going to see a return for out to the 20-yard line by Levy. I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name and screw it up.
I almost want to attempt, but I also don't want to screw it up.
As they're going to come out in, okay, nice handoff there to Ron Jolan. Unfortunately for no gain, but That was a nice play to try and open up the start of a drive there.
And as long as you don't go backwards, can't really ask for much less.
And commentators curse?
I seem to have a penchant for that.
Well, let's try and minimize that tonight. Okay. We're going to see ECU come out in another 3-wide set here. They are going to be passing and taking a deep shot down the field and incomplete. Nice deflection there by Krishan Creswell, I want to say it was. I didn't quite catch the last name on the announcement there.
Yeah, Cresswell. Almost had a second chance picking up that interception, too. I mean, he really wants that one back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he wants that one back. Short return there for Braxton McFadden. Punt all the way out to the 44-yard line. 43, sorry. Caper for Dan Norris on the read option. A pickup of 9 yards there.
Dan Norris just plowing through tackles like he was crowd surfing. Looks like some Warped Tour nonsense.
Yes, it is. And you're going to see them continue to come out in the pistol set here. And they are going to keep it again to Dan Norris. And he is going to get the first. I don't know about that. That's a questionable call with the ball. I don't think the ball ever crossed the line, but it is how it's spotted.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that spot.
With a 2 tight end set here, and they are going to hand the ball off to Braxton McFadden, who shakes off a tackle and gets the first down on the 14-yard run.
Bouncing off that one hit, spinning around like a Beyblade, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, the way this game is looking so far is that East Carolina is having a few struggles on offense with a nice pickup there by Braxton McFadden for 11 yards. And Fresno's offense has seemed to, despite having a few hiccups, not really faltered much. I really want to see how this continues to play out. And throws into tight coverage there. Mr. Sandman on the coverage. Incompletion for Dan Norris there.
Yeah, Fresno State, I mean, just having watched them, they're one of those teams that it's either they're firing on all cylinders or just the engine isn't even working.
As Dan Norris is going to keep it and get stood up for only a 1-yard gain by number 25, Giovanni Valentine.
That was a good stop. I mean, Fresno's coming at him with this, smash mouth run style.
Well, we've seen that heavily, and a nice pickup there. Brett Tavian, first down, 10-yard reception. That was a nice little swing pass there, almost like he was running a slant there.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to come out three wide, and it's going to be a pass. And he is lucky that one did not get picked. That was not only jumped, but you had another defender almost pick that off as it was falling down.
Yeah, double coverage is not a safe place to be.
So handoff to Braxton McFadden, and he is going to walk it in for a touchdown after breaking a few tackles. And just like that, Fresno State is going up to take a 6-point lead, potentially 7, with a point after attempt pending.
Braxton McFadden just covered in Crisco. Like 2 or 3 tackles.
Maybe we need to start checking for that before the games.
Oh, yeah.
As
I know he
Fresno
was
is going to
abandoned
kick
my
off.
existence last week.
Absolutely. And we're going to get a return by Levi. I'm going to attempt it this time. Thames. I'm going to say Thames the second. And he gets out to the 24-yard line. We'll come out in the I-form set. 2 tight ends. Going to bring one in motion here. Kristen Mass is just going to check it down to number 84 and going to get a 7-yard gain to Scott Campbell.
Got a little spice in the chat. I would like to point out to Zio, who said, I didn't know how to run the ball. We are doing just fine.
Reggie, you can be quiet about that. Times are different now. Nice pickup there by Ron Jalon for 8 yards. So you're going to come out in pistols. No, I don't think that's a pistol set. Going to run the triple option here. Krista Mass is going to keep it and get a 9-yard pickup by the looks of it. 8 yards, sorry.
Hey, ain't the fastest, but that was a tough run.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that they need to be able to pull out. Maybe not that particular one so often because it's going to get predictable, but as they're going to run the triple option again, and Krista Match is going to get a nice pickup of about 9 yards. Huh, maybe they are listening to us up here in the booth on the field.
I'm going to go look for a bug.
As they're going to come out in a 4 wide, and they are going to hand it off to Ron Jalon, who will hit a 2-yard gain here. I mean, the strange thing here, though, is Ron Jalon had that one big 70-yard run, but apart from that one gash, Fresno's played the run really well so far. So we're going to go into the second quarter with Fresno having a 14-point lead, 14-7 over East Carolina. All right, and now we're going to see East Carolina take a split back, and they're going to throw, and it's going to be a check down to number 42, and they are going to make a 7-yard pickup by Michael Anderson.
Michael Anderson looked like he wanted to, try to find a hole, get a little bit more out of that. Might have forsaken himself because he could have had a first down had he just plowed through.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a speed option here, and Krista Matz will get the pickup for a first down, 3-yard run. Well, you just seen it there. Krista Matz has only thrown for 15 yards so far in the game. That could be something that East Carolina might want to try and take more advantage of, is to find some windows to throw here. As they're going to hand off to Ron Jalon for a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really taken that many opportunities to go through the air, but, I mean, sooner or later they're going to have to. I mean, the run game, I mean, it's working-ish, but...
I mean, if they were getting more stops on Fresno, I think their offense would be fine at the moment, as they're going to throw a quick check down to Hex Waters that gets sniffed out right away in coverage and a loss of 1 yard. I mean, the more I think about it, East Carolina has to get a stop on defense this next drive in order to keep running the ball the way they have, because if they give up another touchdown, they're going to be firmly in passing territory, as they're going to come out in a halfback screen. That lineman gets in the way of Ron Jalon to make a catch, and that is a drop. They have to kick a field goal. That's a fairly long field goal as well, for what it's worth. And it is good, and I thought it was not good.
Oh yeah, I thought for a second the way it kind of knuckled right off the hold there, I thought it was just going to end up short.
So looking at what you've seen so far, Bill, how are you feeling about this game? How are you feeling about what you're looking at so far?
I mean, East Carolina's kind of holding Fresno State in check pretty well. I mean, by this time last week, Fresno State already had like a 3-score lead. I mean, East Carolina's been getting some good pressure. I mean, they're really just one stop away from being able to, control possession and take this game away.
As Fresno State is going to run the triple option and get an 11-yard pickup.
But it really just comes down to being able to get pressure on Dan Norris and being able to keep Braxton McFadden locked up in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has part to do for it, and that's going to be a run, Braxton McFadden, for an 11-yard pickup. I think part of that has to do with it, as well as you need to be able to get your linebackers to crash a little harder down into the box and just not respect their passing game as much to try and avoid the run game, which they're seeming committed to. Like that there, big hit by the D tackle Coco Raccoon for a 4-yard loss. They either need to get penetration from the D line like that or have their linebackers continue to crash down if they want to try and stop this Fresno offense.
Oh, yeah, Coco Raccoon just snuck through there, just absolutely untouched.
as they're going to throw from a 5 wide, and that is a 4-yard pickup. Braxton McFadden. They're in 3rd and long here. This could be a chance for East Carolina to get a stop.
You want to play aggressive here, but, when you're playing against a team like this, I mean,
they're going to come out
unpredictable
shotgun, and they're going to throw a quick check down, dog in them, but that is not going to get anywhere near first down, and what has to be a punting situation for Fresno State.
Dog in him saying he wants to get fed. He gets the ball, makes the most out of every opportunity he's got, but at this point, he just kind of gave him table scraps.
Well, this is the chance East Carolina needs to get momentum back on their side. If they can score a touchdown on this drive, that'll let them take the lead back. As they are going to hand off to Ron Jolan for a 5-yard pickup.
Let's take it a moment to talk to the chat. In case you're wondering, the check-in bot needs reset. Canes is currently on his way home.
Yeah, Canes currently is not there, and I do not have the ability to get that reset. We are sorry for that issue. We wanted to get the game out as soon as we could, though. On 3rd and 1, they are going to come out in a pistol set. Bring the fullback in motion, and they are going to keep it to Krista Matz for a nice 9-yard pickup. I mean, as you're looking at it, I like what East Carolina is doing. I'm not sure that... I think I would mix in a few more passes if I were them, but that's just my personal opinion. So they're going to run a fake, what looked like a fake reverse there, and Krista Matz keeps it for a loss of 2.
Yeah, they were just all over that one.
Absolutely. The Fresno State defense was all over that, sniffed it right out. And so they're going to run a screen, just has to get rid of it. And now East Carolina's in a predicament at 3rd and long. They have to pass down the field here. They're going to come out,
especially with time ticking down in the second.
They're going to come out in a 2 tight end set out of the shotgun. Krista Matz throws into a tight window, gets knocked away by Everett Williams. And they are going to have to punt. And Braxton McFadden on the return, out to the 40-yard line on a 17-yard return.
Nice little return there. I mean, had 3 guys down there just, unblocked. I thought he was dead to rights.
He was 1 tackle away from taking that to the house there. This is an interesting coverage shell from East Carolina here. And a handoff to Braxton McFadden for a loss of 2. Yeah, I feel like that there was the crystal ticket there for Fresno to just pull a quick keep and throw on a slant or something and make a nice pickup there. That was a really strange coverage package.
Sent in the house, I mean.
And he's going to throw a pick to number 1, Brees Lee. Gets number 3, Brees Lee with the pick. Dan Norris's 2nd interception of the game. East Carolina is now set up with good field position here.
Those guys in the middle of the field, I mean, they're always stealthy. You can't really see them over the top, but able to sneak up, steal that ball away.
As they're going to hand it off to Ron Jolan for a 6-yard pickup. He has 9 carries tonight for 97 yards. That's quite the stat line. I mean, even though most of that was on one big run, he is having a nice night tonight. So they're going to run the option, and Kristen Matz is going to keep it for an 11-yard pickup.
This East Carolina run style is almost like a war of attrition. I mean,
yeah.
They're making significant gains and just eating the clock away.
I mean, that's going to be what they want to do all night. They're going to need to play that way. As that's a nice run by Ron Jolan, a nice 14-yard run, officially over 100 yards rushing tonight. I mean, yeah, this East Carolina offense wants to just slowly bleed you out, but they have to play well on defense in order to execute that kind of offense. as Krista Matz keeps it for the walk-in touchdown. East Carolina takes the lead back. It's looking like will be a 3-point lead.
Yeah, 3-point lead, pending the extra point. Nothing more than a chip shot, but.
And just like that, momentum has swung on a dime, and now Fresno needs to answer back. As Braxton McFadden with a 25-yard return, and Dan Norris is having a nice night, but it's just a few mistakes here and there is what has made this go from being strong Fresno showing to them now being below East Carolina on the scoreboard, as he is going to keep it and is going to make a 7-yard pickup.
Nice little gain for Dan Norris there, but I mean, you just lost the lead. You kind of made a couple of silly mistakes, but I mean, it's really nothing to sound the alarms about.
So they're going to come out in the pistol set, and Dan Norris with a completion to Quinn James. And Haynes is now back. I'm going to let him take over play-by-play from here.
Sorry, I had it muted. All right, guys, what's going on? Sorry. Had to take the kid to the doctor. Brett Tavian comes out and fires, or Dan Norris fires a pass to Brett Tavian for a first down.
Well, welcome to the show. Hope all is well.
Oh, the good old strep throat. 3 wide this time for Fresno State. Dan Norris coming out. Sending a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and Norris is going to run. He's going to pick up 5, bringing up 2nd and 5. Three wide time for Fresno State. What a catch by Brett Tavian. Laying 34 yards for the first down, first and goal. Ten-4.
Absolutely beautiful pass right there.
Beautiful pass, even better catch, and Fresno State's knocking on the door of going back on top. They're going to hand it off, and Braxton McFadden's going to be stopped after 2 yards. Needed 3 for the touchdown.
ECU just training like WWE superstars here, spearing everything they see.
Fresno's going to spread it out, and Dan Norris up the middle. He's in. I don't know about that one. I don't know if he got the ball across, but they're going to say he did. At first, it looked like he had an easy walk-in, but East Carolina collapsed on him. He gets the touchdown. They're not going to review it. Fresno State answers, going up 21-17 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the half.
Dan Norris just really wanted to make a case, get back-to-back player of the week.
Yeah, that's right. Our week 1 player of the week was Dan Norris from Fresno State. And we wanted to give an announcement that at halftime, Rodria and Fresno State, formerly Amelia, will be retiring one of their former players' numbers. So going to have a little pop-up on the screen at halftime real quick before we start the second half. As Jalone is going to pick up 3, already over 100 yards in here in the first half, 2nd and 7. Matz is going to fake it this time and hold it. She's got 3 trailers attached to her, but she's going to pick up the first down.
And, I mean, that's really been the tale of the tape for East Carolina tonight is just, I was saying it earlier, it's like war of attrition run style, just really keeping time of possession up.
Matz is going to fire over the middle. Finds Levi Timms for 7 yards, and East Carolina is going to use their first timeout.
Curious to see how they do in the 2-minute here.
3 wide this time. Matz drops back. Fires over the middle again. Almost intercepted by Everett Williams. going one receiver wide. They're going to hand it off to Jalone, who's got the first down and more with 1:38 to go. East Carolina trying to drive on the ground.
Yeah, they're really trying to make every last second count here.
Matz drops back, fires it over to the left side. I thought it was tipped, but Timms is able to pull it in for 12 yards, his second grab of the night.
Yeah, Timms has really made some, very solid catches tonight.
Matz drops back and fires it over to the stands, incomplete.
Fan going home with a souvenir.
What's the official sponsor of the football? Wilson. As Jalone picks up the pick. Third and 4. Less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. Matz is going to drop back. Fires it over and it drops. Fourth down, and they're going to try a 48-yard field goal. And they don't even drain the clock down. Oh, and it squeaks in. Just enough leg.
Oh yeah, that just squeaked right over.
Might have missed it from 50. But with the field goal, East Carolina cuts the Fresno State lead to 1. 21-20 with 45 seconds to go. Fresno State does have all 3 timeouts. Do you take some shots here, Bill?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, when you have as many weapons as Fresno State does, I mean, you can't afford not to.
Oh, Norris with a quick pass. He initially had a man wide open. I think that was a little too fast.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a miscommunication or he just didn't like what he saw initially.
On second down, he's going to fire it over the middle to Brett Tavian and they're content with taking it to the half.
Taking it to the half, I believe they get the ball at the second half.
Oh, they're going to run the read option, get the first down, and go to halftime. Dan Norris picked 8. So after the first half, Fresno State 21, East Carolina 20. We're going to do our little...
It is with my great honor as the former quarterback of Amelia Earhart, Trevor Golinar being one of my favorite receivers, I'd like to personally indicate him as our newest and first jersey retired for Fresno State's history. Congrats to Trevor Golinar.
There we go. Trevor Golinar getting his jersey retired by Amelia/Fresno State.
Again, congrats, and we are going to return now to the game, and quite the achievements for Trevor Golinar.
Well, Bill, give your thoughts on the first half and what we need to see for each team to pull it out here in the second half.
I mean, the first half, Fresno State was just, they were on the pedal the whole way. They made a couple of mistakes that really, it's keeping East Carolina in the game right now. But, I mean, East Carolina, if they keep doing what they're doing, and get stops on defense, like I said, this whole, time of possession control that they have, they've been picking up good chunks of yardage. They've really, been able to control the tempo here.
Yeah, it seems like that's East Carolina's plan is, if their defense can make some stops, they're controlling the time of possession on the ground, run the ball, try to keep teams from scoring 40 or 50 points.
And, I mean, that's a great strategy. I mean, when you have an offense as explosive as Fresno State, you're trying to keep them off the field for as long as possible. What
a run by Braxton McFadden. Hit behind the line twice, fights it off, and picks up the first down. Too wide this time for Fresno. On 1st and 10, they're going to find dogging him, losing a yard. Dogging him in the little delay route for the tight end. Judge Lizzie with his 8th tackle of the night.
Just one of those few moments that they've really been able to keep a leash on Dog.
See what you did there?
Hey.
As the pass goes out to McFadden, and he's going to lose 2. So 2 straight completions, and they've lost 3 yards on them. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13 here for the Bulldogs.
I mean, Fresno, they've been really explosive tonight. I mean, they've kind of been coming out of the woodwork with some of these plays, but the pressure that ECU's been getting is just phenomenal.
Fresno 4-6 on 3rd down. Norris is going to air it out. He's got his man. Who brought that down? That was dogging him. Huge catch on 3rd down. They let the leash go that time.
So they might want to install that electric fence.
Might shut down the entire team then. We're going to run play action, and Dan Norris is going to run it. He's going to get 8, bringing up 2nd and 2.
Just trying to right the ship here after throwing those 2 interceptions in the first half.
This time they're going to go one wide receiver. Hand it off to McFadden, who's hitting the backfield. Bounced off of 1, couldn't bounce off of 2. He's going to lose 2, bringing up 3rd and 4. Roderick Stutler on the tackle. This time they're going to come out 2 wide, 2 tight ends. Hand off to McFadden. Oh, he's going to fight, and he's going to get the 1st down.
Just plowing forward as best he can. Like, Braxton McFadden really is kind of one of their workhorses.
He's a very underrated halfback in terms of, some of these halfbacks in the league, but being one of the more experienced halfbacks, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. As Duke Smith goes up for the pass deflection for East Carolina, wide receiver turned defensive back. This time Norris is going to run. He's going to get hit and stumble and lose 2 yards.
Wait, what? He just skimmed off number 5 coming off the edge there. Just couldn't keep his footing.
6 of 8 on 3rd down for Fresno State. They're going to come out 3 wide. McFadden in the backfield. Norris is going to drop back. Airing it out again. At the back of the end zone is going to fall incomplete.
Dan Norris is really making some questionable passes here. I mean, I don't know if he's just trying to get a play going, but
I think they need to run some of them plays earlier in the drives, though, instead of having to air it out on 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean he's been thrown into some tight windows tonight.
Well, Fresno State got the field goal up and good. There you see Dan Norris's number, 16 of 24 tonight. And Fresno State's got a 24-20 lead with 6.5 to go in the 3rd. Matz is going to come back 3 in the backfield, and Ron Jalon has nowhere to go. Hitting the backfield, losing a yard.
One of the few moments you see Ron Jalon just getting shellacked in the backfield there. I mean, he's been doing great all night.
Fresno State may be keying on the fact that they want to run the ball, and that's what they're going to do. As you see, Jalone hit back again, losing 6 this time.
He's trying to make something out of nothing here, but they ain't really giving him much room to work with.
Yeah, that defensive front really putting some pressure on getting in the backfield, and Thaddeus Guy able to get the tackle for loss. It's 3rd and 17 now. And Matz is going to throw an interception. That's going to be number 10 for Fresno State with the interception. I don't have his name. 5 wide this time for Fresno State after the turnover. And if you're East Carolina, if you're going to run the ball, you can't get in third and long situations. And make Kristen Matz have to throw because, as you see there, she didn't have a window to throw in. And Terry Harrison, the middle linebacker, is the one with the interception. And now Fresno State's on the verge of making this a 2-score game as Dan Norris is able to get inside the 5.
Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like, in some cases, both sides are just trying to reinvent the wheel and instead of kind of like sticking to what's been working for them.
Yeah, I agree. As Norris is hit as he throws the ball, and it goes about 10 yards backwards, bringing up 3rd and 3. It's not 3rd and goal, but they can't get a first down. That makes no sense. But McFadden breaks the tackle, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Braxton McFadden and Fresno State.
It's an absolutely beautiful broken tackle there. I mean, he probably could have even gone another 5 yards just dragging number 9.
And after the turnover, Fresno State capitalizes this down 31-20. Fresno State over East Carolina. 5 minutes to go here in the third. They're going to get 3 turnout to about the 25-yard line. Levi Timms with the return. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like we got a lot of vocal support in chat going for Fresno right now.
Fresno State does have a very good following as Kristen Matz is running everywhere, and she's going to lose 5.
Charge complete.
Thanks to forward progress. Otherwise, it probably would have been about 10 or 15. I don't know if she was doing a dance off with somebody or what.
Trying to pull a 360 and moonwalk it all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 15. Face it. Speed option. Nowhere is Castle's going to lose 1. And so far in the second half, East Carolina has lost 13 yards and thrown an interception.
Yeah, definitely not the start that you want here, especially after, a fairly successful first half.
2 wide. They're going to send the tight end in motion. Matz drops back. Dumps it off. About the only receiver she had open, Scott Campbell. His second catch of the night for 6, but they're going to have to punt it away. Punts away, and they're going to take it from about the 30. Braxton McFadden brings it out close to midfield.
I'm just wondering here, if you're Fresno, I mean, do you step on the gas or do you just try to put this one away?
I think if they do score here, it may put it away. As Norris is going to fake the handoff. Scramble out, picking up 9, going to be 2nd and 1. Fresno's going to come out now, 3 wide, tight end, and halfback in the backfield. Tight end in motion. Norris fires it over. He's got his man. That's going to be Brett Tavian for 8 yards and a first down.
These Fresno receivers have just been absolutely feeding tonight.
Man. I don't even got words for it. As Norris fires it over to the left, and dogging him picks up 12 and another first down. Three wide this time for Fresno. Fires to the right side. He's got, looks like dogging him again for 5 yards. Going to put him right at 97 yards receiving so far.
Dogging him, Bulldogs. I just got it.
Fire over to the left side. Quinn James picking up 11, and this Fresno State offense is rolling down the field.
We're only in week 2, and I'm already seeing a lot of Dan Norris for Heisman out here.
Norris is going to scramble, and he's going to slide. 2nd and goal.
Showing off those baseball skills.
Fresno State does have a good baseball team. As Braxton McFadden plows it up the middle for a 4-yard touchdown. And it feels like all the momentum that East Carolina had in the first half has been sucked out of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, giving up back-to-back scores like that, I mean, it really takes the air out of you, but it's going to be hard to fight back, but I think they can still do it.
I don't know why their Bulldog mascot has his tongue sticking out, but I guess he's tired from all the push-ups.
I think he's just being silly.
Once again, ECU is going to come out with one wide receiver. Fake the handoff. Matz is going to run it. Toe in the trailer. Picks up 26. Couldn't kick it into that extra gear.
Towing trailers like U-Haul.
Looks like she was stuck in first gear. 2 wide this time now for East Carolina. Handoff to Jalone, who's going to be hit. Picking up 3, 2nd and 7.
You know, East Carolina really trying to get the momentum for that, you know, their staple run game.
At this point, you know, less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. You're down 18. You got to start throwing the ball. Unless they're going to hand it to Jalone again. He's going to pick up 4. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I mean, this late in the third quarter, I mean, you're down by 18. I mean, this run game has been working for you so far, but, you know, you take 5 minutes to drive.
And then you got to play like that on 3rd down where Krista Matz is going to lose 2 yards. And now it's 4th and 6.
Yeah, definitely what you don't want to see.
And East Carolina's going to punt it away from the 49. And it's going to bounce in over the end zone.
Let's see, we put the flubber ball in on that play.
There's probably too many people too young to know what flubber was. Fresno drops back, fires it to the right side. That's going to be, who is that? Braxton McFadden down the sideline? Yep. 30 yards. Field. What glitches are y'all talking about? I haven't seen a single glitch.
That's what I'm wondering, but my eyes are kind of all over the place. Oh, okay.
If it's the audio, then y'all can say audio, but it has nothing to do with the game. Fresno comes out 3 wide. Fires it over. That's going to be Quinn James for 15. I think he's the only one that said anything about a glitch, isn't it? As Braxton is hitting the backfield, losing 3. The defensive player of the week, Giovanni Valentine, with this tackle for loss. Norris drops back. He's going to scramble and hit. Going to lose 4. 3rd and 17 now for Fresno State.
Braxton McFadden is definitely a glitch. I like that.
3rd and 17 now. Fresno State 7 of 10 tonight on third downs. As we're coming up on the end of the third quarter, Fresno State's going to drop back, airing it out. Got his man, and he dropped it. What a play by the East Carolina secondary to come back and force an incompletion.
Oh, I thought he was taking it to the house right there, but luckily enough, they were able to punch that ball out.
That ball is going to go into the end zone, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bill, tell these people what to do in Twitch World.
Well, Twitch World, we're headed into the fourth quarter. If you've been here, you know what to do. If not, I want to see you put the fours in the chat. You know, we got a pretty good game going on here. East Carolina down by 11. Still a whole lot of football left. Let's see what happens.
Matz is going to run the halfback screen and start the fourth quarter. Jalone's going to lose 5, 2nd and 15. ECU is going to come out 4 wide this time. Jalone in the backfield, and they're going to hand it to Jalone, who has nowhere to go, losing 3.
I mean, there's Slug Stern. I mean, he was wreaking havoc last week. Today's no different.
And once again, ECU moving the wrong way as they have this whole half. Matz is going to run the screen again. Jalone's going to catch it. He's able to pick up 6, but nowhere near enough. It's going to be 4th and 12, and they're going to punt it almost in their own end zone.
Yeah, that might just be the death bell for them.
Yeah, they're trying to pass the ball, but all their passes are screens, so it's doing just as much as a run.
Yeah, they're trying to play this like close to home time control football, but
at some point you got to start throwing it down the field.
Yeah.
Fresno's going to come out 2 wide. Norris is going to throw it quick over to the left side, throw it into the stands. It's going to be incomplete.
I mean, if you're Fresno here, I mean, you can be aggressive if you want, but you can honestly put the game on ice, put it in cruise control.
Yeah, you got the running back. I'd say between him and Norris, you can just run a lot of this clock out. As McFadden's going to pick up 4, it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Oh, man, I love it when Chat's basic.
Norris keeps it for 9. It's going to be a first down, Fresno State. Miller Freedom with his 5th tackle. Hand off to McFadden on first down. He's going to pick up 4 right up the middle. Yeah, it looks like that's what Fresno State's going to try to do, is just run this clock down as far as they can.
Oh, yeah, they're really trying to stick a fork in it.
McFadden fighting for yardage, picks up 12, another Fresno State first down as he's nearing 100 yards rushing.
He's had some pretty explosive plays tonight.
He's been fairly consistent, as Norris is going to keep it. He's going to pick up 2. He's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Norris is at 88 yards rushing.
Yeah, and I mean, the pressure that East Carolina's been given has been pretty great all game, but when you got somebody explosive like that, it's just so hard to contain.
This time it's going to be Aki Hernandez picking up 8 yards. They're going to mark him just short. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Jojo Shalizzi with his 11th tackle.
Yeah, I mean, Byron's really been swarming everybody any chance they can. But, I mean, it might just be too little too late.
Yeah, the defense has done what they could, but your offense really hasn't been clicking. As Dan Norris is going to be hitting the backfield. It's going to be 4th and 3, and Fresno is going to try a field goal from about 28 yards. It's good, and Fresno's got a 41-20 lead with 6:06 to go here in the fourth quarter.
21 points, 6 minutes. I mean, anything can happen, but
we need to see a different offense. Case is going to return that back for 22 yards. Three wide now for the Pirates. Krista Metz is going to drop back, hit, and it's going to be intercepted. Second turnover of the game, second interception of the game. That's going to be Seth Wallace with his first interception of the night.
That was a case, she might have had something there, but just to hit enough to just jar the pass off, give it right back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and another chance for Fresno State to drain down this clock as they're going to run the read option on Norris. He's going to keep it, pick up 6, 2nd and 4.
Dan Norris almost at the century mark here.
They have a chance to get both of them over the century mark. Norris is going to pass, though. Fires over the middle. It's going to be... it falls incomplete.
I couldn't really tell who had his hands on it, but contact just proving a little bit too much.
5 wide now for Fresno on 3rd and 4. He's got his man over the right. That's dogging him. He's picking up yardage and then stumbling and bumbling. He's got a first down.
Dog will hunt.
26th first down of the night for Fresno. Norris is still throwing the ball. He's going to find Aki Hernandez again for 8 yards, his 3rd of the night.
Dogging him, saying he doesn't stumble. It was all planned movement.
That's what I would say, too. It's like a dog rolling down the hill. Valentine getting his 10th tackle of the night. Norris is going to run the ball. Cuts it up, and he's into the end zone for 8 yards. Dan Norris extends the Bulldog lead.
Dan Norris is calling his own numbers, wanting to put this game on ice. Even though it was already in the freezer.
This was a 21-20 game at halftime. Now with 4:48 to go in the fourth quarter, it's 48-20, and that's a lot of 4s and 8s.
$27 unanswered points.
That's just in case returns it for 27 yards.
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
I don't know. It's starting to mess with my head. 3 wide here for ECU. Maz drops back. Fires it over. She's got her man. That's going to be Jelone for 5 yards.
East Carolina just trying to finish this with their heads held high. Just trying to get some dignity back.
The press Donovan, as soon as we get all the stats taken pictures of and everything, and we get the game set up, it'll be right back on. As Matz is going to fire incomplete. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I mean, and you could tell that they haven't really gone to the air. 10 for 20, 45 yards, 2 picks.
Oh, what a catch there. One-handed by Lexington Harbor for 8 yards. We're going to go 3 wide this time. Matz is going to drop back. Fire it over the middle of the Jelone. It's going to be incomplete. Terry Harrison, who already has a pick, knocking it away.
Yeah, I mean, it might not matter much at this point, but I mean, a team playing for just pride at this point is just a really dangerous thing to be on the other end of.
Oh, Hex Waters. I thought he fumbled it for a second, but he was able to hang on. Picks up 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. 4 of 13 for the Pirates on third down tonight. 3rd and 5 from midfield. Matz is going to run the screen, and Jalone's hit as soon as he catches it. He's going to lose 5.
It was like they were just headhunting him at that point.
They basically ran what Fresno State wanted them to run. It's the punts away. They're going to field it. McFadden, he's out across the 30, across the 35, picking up 18.
Yeah, I mean, McFadden, even being underrated in the backfield, he's also a very explosive returner.
Absolutely. They're going to bring a man in motion, hand it off to McFadden. He's up the middle. He's going to pick up 11 and a first down, and that should put him, over the century. 103 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night for Braxton McFadden.
I mean, heck, Fresno at this point, like, they're just trying to put this thing on ice, but they just keep making explosions.
They're going to hand it to McFadden again. He's over the right side, and he's almost at another first down, picking up 9. I would expect Norris to get a scramble here soon. If he's not over the century mark, he will be soon.
I can't remember if he passed it with that touchdown run or if he was just really close.
McFadden fighting. He's going to lose a yard. I don't think it actually showed his rushing stats after the touchdown. So.
I think at that point he was at like 90-something. It was like an 8-yard run.
3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Maybe he'll run it here. Nope, McFadden's going to run it. He's going to pick up the first down. And that should all but do it here for this game.
Yeah, you just got one play left here.
What's your take on both teams?
I mean, Fresno State, coming in on the second half with the game being as close as it was, 21-20, they just having that 1-point lead and scoring 27 unanswered points, being able to keep the Pirates in check. I mean, that's one hell of an accomplishment. But, if you're East Carolina, first half, phenomenal. They just couldn't really get the ball rolling in the second just because of that, war of attrition run style that they have. They couldn't really get anything done through the air.
Yeah, I agree. I understand wanting to run the ball, but you got to have some sort of passing game. Oh, he finished with 99 yards. 1 yard short of the century mark for Dan Norris, but he's going to be the player of the game. But that's going to do it here for the ECFL's first game of the night, East Carolina and Fresno State. Stay tuned because we got Beard calling the next game, and his first time calling color is going to be Prince Vegeta as Tulane visits San Diego State in what should be an excellent ball game. But this has been Canes, and Bill's been on the call with me. And thanks for Zio for stepping in for a little bit, and we will see y'all shortly.